You know, I've always been fascinated when actors are called back to reshoot additional footage or maybe even change the ending of a film. How often has that happened to you in your career where they've called you back to shoot additional footage?
The only time I can remember was Swing Shift, to tell you the truth. Goldie Hawn movie.
Okay. And Jonathan Demme,
Demi made his film. Goldie wasn't happy with it. Hired another writer, rewrote 10 pages, mostly between her and I. Demi directed it, but wasn't happy about it. Didn't have a final cut. They inserted a lot of that, some of that stuff, not a lot of it, and it was not a happy situation.
is that awkward for you as an actor to be called back like that?
It was awkward because of the tension, because it was a studio director thing. You know, I mean, when I do a film, I feel that I'm working for the director. I'm not, you know, I'm being paid by the studio, but my creative guide is the director. It's not a man in a suit. So it was uncomfortable in that sense. But I don't mind being called back to do it, to work, if it's going to help the film be better, you know.
I've always been fascinated when actors, their early film roles. When you did Coma, were you at all intimidated going into that, or were you really nervous the night before?
I guess I was a little excited. Yeah, it was the first job I had on a feature film. I think I just worked a day, maybe two. But I knew all my lines, you know. I was ready. I remember I had to hold up this big cow lung, and it was supposed to be a human lung, and I was doing some detailed medical talk about it. I remember, though, I went to see the movie and actually got a chuckle, and I was very happy with that. Yeah.
Okay. Turning to Milk Money, I know costume fittings for different movies are always going to be, you know, different and unique. You kind of start out this film with some unusual attire, not maybe what you would call the best dressed man award type of clothes. Was that a little awkward for you when you were sitting there and they were trying on these different combinations?
Oh no, not at all. I mean, because whatever wardrobe you've got just helps you define who you're playing. And I knew this guy was a little strange, a little eccentric, so I wanted to get the glasses and it's a little thing that you look at, magnifying, that magnifies, I forget the name of the instrument, but it magnifies plants, you know, the veins, and you can see things. Or the vest, and a lot of the accoutrements were things that I welcomed, you know.
There's a great scene where you and Michael are eating TV dinners, and I thought that might be just a one-take type of scene. I understand from Michael it didn't quite work out that way.
No, it wasn't one take. I don't know how many of those things we ate, but I'm glad they had the barf bag handy, you know. I mean, you didn't have to swallow all that stuff, but we ate a lot, too much of it.
You know, I had a treehouse.
Michael couldn't get it right.